fat ass mole.
Fat face mole. You better rack off your mole.
Dumb mole. Dumb mole. Dumb mole. Dumb mole.
Shut up, you mole.
Shut up, mole.
Yeah, you mole.
Such a mole. Such a mole.
Welcome to Mole Patrol.
I did a really shitty job of cutting that off. G'day, Danny O'Brien.
Smooth mole.
Yeah,
Even though
smooth
you're in
mole.
your DJ, you're like, waka, waka.
Just pressing buttons. I'm like a Paris Hilton DJ. That's what I am.
Has anyone seen my US boy?
Yeah, no, sorry, it's just a Spotify playlist now. Wild. So today we're talking about wedding moles.
Yeah, the bane of everyone's life.
Do you know what? If there's ever an event that creates the most moles in your life, I
Yeah.
think weddings are probably that.
So my mother used to be a kind of a wedding planner
Right.
for this like country manor place in Wicklow.
Oh, wow.
And like it nearly broke her down. And like she works in a charity shop now. Like that was the end of it. Like she's just like,
She's like, I need to get out.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Like, I feel like you could be the most normal person. Like, even me, like, I'd be like, you know, chill. I'm
Yeah.
so chill. But like, something about weddings just turns people
into monsters.
into monsters. And like, it's not just the bride or like the group. It's like everyone. There's so much drama around
There's
weddings.
so much tension and pressure, and I just think people put way too much energy into it. Like my aunt a long time ago, they got married and they decided to stop off in Thailand. So they got married in Thailand, private
Right.
beach.
Yeah.
I don't know what it cost. It probably cost maybe say $5,000.
Yeah.
And it was incredible.
Yeah.
They got married on the beach, they had their
Yeah.
own private villa, and then they come back to Ireland and they just had a big party and she wore her wedding dress. That to me is how you do it.
You just got to do that. Like, I don't know. Like, I've been to 4 weddings this year, Danny. 4
Wow.
weddings, and
I
like
don't even think I have 4 friends, including you.
4 destination weddings.
Fuck off.
So the first one was in Middlesex, so like in London, like that's outside of London. Then the
Middlesex isn't a destination wedding. Even if you don't live in the UK.
Hey, technically, I was living in Berlin at that point. So Middlesex, you know,
Guys, if
Hey.
you want to win a destination wedding for 2, all expenses paid for.
I had to
in
hire
Middlesex.
a car. I had to hire a car.
Oh,
No, it gets
man.
better. Majorca was the second one. Then the third one was in Malibu,
Wow.
and then the fourth one was in Mumbai. They all
That's
start with
class.
M. Middlesex.
Middlesex to
Majorca.
Mumbai. Middlesex to Mumbai.
I think it
That
was
should be your
Middlesex.
new solo show now.
I know, 4 weddings and a funeral this year. It was, yeah, and like and it's also because like a few of them, like 2 of them were my boyfriend's family or friends.
Yeah.
And 2 of them were my family, like
That's
friends.
nice. 50-50.
50-50. But actually the best, like one of my favorite weddings this year, not that I'm rating them because like my friends are probably going to watch
I've seen
this.
your graph. I've seen your analytics on
Do
your...
you know what? Like, I feel like one of my favorite weddings this year was Malibu because my friend Sadra, you know Sadra and
Yeah,
Michael,
yeah,
they
yeah.
got married. Like 2 comics getting married, which
Yeah.
was just like, I don't know, like everything was so funny. The vows were funny.
Yeah, it's
like
gonna
the
be good crack.
speeches, like Sammy O.B. did the best man speech, and like
Wow.
everyone was just crying with laughter. Like it just like no one took themselves so seriously. Like it was just such a fun wedding. It was like also in Malibu, like on this fucking gorgeous cliff face.
Yeah, listen,
like
come
you
on.
know.
It's not Middlesex. Where was it? Was it at a car park at like car park at
it was
Tesco in Middlesex?
No, it was in. I think it was like Midhurst, I don't know, somewhere around Surrey. I don't know, somewhere
Surrey
in
is
like
nice.
yeah. And no, we like rocked out. We hired a car and like rocked up, and it was like there was like playing polo like outside of like
Oh, wow.
it was that kind of
Okay,
like
yeah.
like kind of thing. Maybe it wasn't Middlesex. Anyway, somewhere that starts with M, and it was like in this like old like you know like I don't know 12-bedroom kind of castle.
The
like
the
these
English do
things.
that stuff very well.
Yeah.
Like when it comes to those old manors, my uncle lives in the UK and he was at a friend's 50th and it was in the oldest, I think it was the oldest like hotel in the UK.
Yeah.
But it's class.
But the UK love that, which is like such a weird thing for me because like Aussies love like a beach wedding or
Yeah.
like this. Like I've been to many beach weddings. I think like I don't know. I'll ask you what the weirdest wedding you've ever been to, or like a strange like where you're like a +1 because that's the best when you don't know them and you're a +1.
I went as a +1 a couple of times, but I suppose the most unique one I think was last year. I had 2 friends who started coming to my shows, and that's something I've never done in my life.
Oh, yeah.
So I only met them from a gig. I
Yeah.
think they were at a gig in town, and they were just really good crack. Lou and Martin, like just really
Yeah,
sound.
yeah.
And then they're like, "Listen, do you want to come to our wedding?" Because you know yourself, like when you're doing comedy a long time. 2 of my best and oldest friends, they were only dating, and they were at my comedy club when it used to be in the She Bean Chic in Dublin.
Yeah.
And I still have my friend Carl, nearly 15 years later. saved in my phone as Carl Shebean. Because I met him in Shebean Chic and I was, do you know what I mean?
Amazing. But that's what I love about doing, like I have so many friends from like in all around the world just from that, like meeting cool people after shows and then like you become friends with them because every year you come back or they just like you and then you get invited.
I wouldn't I don't get tons of wedding invites from people who come to my shows. That's not, you know.
But you do get some of them. I got one recently from this couple in Switzerland who like come to all my shows and stuff, and they like, it was so sweet because I was talking to them in Basel and they came to see the show and they're like, oh, we have something for you like in the middle of the show, and they're like, it's an invite to our wedding.
No way.
So they're having a Swiss wedding and an Indian wedding because like they're like this, and it was like so touching because it's like, oh, like you, and I'm like I'm 100% going to try and go because like it, like my schedule aligns.
That's a great mix. You've beaten my mix because that wedding I went to was Dutch South African.
Oh wow.
But Swiss Indian is even.
Yeah, I know, it's like even like, and because there'll be one in India and one in Switzerland.
There's no way they're not internet based relationships initially. They had to be like, you know what I mean?
No, I think they met in, I don't know actually how, I didn't ask them how they met, but I probably have, but like ages ago. But it's like, yeah, the weirdest wedding I went to, I got invited, because getting invited to a wedding is a +1 where you don't know anyone. Yeah. Because people rarely give +1s to strangers these days.
Yeah, but like that's definitely changed. But it's like being a spy.
Yeah.
Because you can be whoever you want.
Or you can be who, like I went to one, Danny, it was in Melbourne, like, and my gay German housemate invited me. I don't know, I think he worked with her.
Oh, so you went with your gay mate?
Yeah, because he got a +1. And I didn't know these people at all. And they got married in a high school theatre.
What? What? The fuck?
Like a high school theatre auditorium.
Fucking Summer Heights High wedding edition. What? Dude, I've heard a lot of fucked up shit in my life. I've never heard that in my life.
And because like originally my gay
That's
German...
not a thing in Australia that we're not aware
my gay
of.
German housemate was like, yeah, I want to invite you to as my friend's wedding, and it's in Brighton. It's in Brighton. And of course I'm like, oh, Brighton.
You know, High School Musical? Imagine like we are not in high school anymore.
No, but he tells me it's in Brighton, which in Melbourne is like a very posh. And I was like, oh, fuck yeah, I'll go. Like, because it's in Brighton, you know.
But it was the burbs.
But it was in like Brighton High School theatre auditorium. And I walk in and I'm like, and I think they must have met in drama class or something like that. So they had
Drama folk are the most mental. Because I always thought comedians were lunatics, but then when you kind of make friends with actors, like actors and drama heads are absolutely bananas.
I mean, I used to be that, but now I look on it and I'm like, that's so fucking cringe. Like now that Wicked's come out, I'm like, oh my god, it's like all this like PTSD is coming back. Wow. But it was in a like a high school drama theatre auditorium. And I
don't even like gigging in those spaces.
And I was like, I think the groom's 100% gay. Like, he's
just a beard, like.
And I'm with my gay German housemate. I'm like, are you sucking him off on the back?
Guys, I'm just gonna go to the locker rooms to get ready.
Also, I gotta say, my gay German housemate was the best housemate I've ever. Like, he was amazing. I fucking loved him. Shout out.
You had a straight German housemate as well in Berlin.
Yeah, it's like straight German. But I think shout out to Tim, who's now like a Qantas cabin crew, like
no way.
Flying between.
Tim, I'm gonna fly Qantas just to meet you.
He's so fucking funny, and he's come in. He's like, "Who left the skid marks in the toilet? Can you not clean the toilet?" And I'm like, "Tim, calm down. Like, it's fine. Like, it's not me. It's probably like." And he's like, straight men, they're so fucking gross. Why can't they just do the poop?
He's definitely right. Like I was gigging with Larry Dean in Glasgow, with Stu Mitchell's gig maybe 2 months ago. Yeah. And we were just sitting backstage, we were having a chat, and it's weird, you know, that you don't see comedians for ages, especially when they're pals that you like. Yeah. And it's great to catch up. And he had these I thought they were rolling papers for like rolling like smell. I was like, because I was like, I didn't know you smoke, and he's like, they're not fucking cigarettes. They were like basically these like dabbing things to take the shine off your face because we were filming the show.
Blotting paper.
So it's beautiful little gay blotting paper to take the shine off your face. And he's like, I need to talk to you about skincare. and then when I was doing shows in Vietnam, my promoter in Vietnam was like, in Dubai, my promoter in Dubai is like, yeah, me and Larry, we spent a lot of time talking about skincare. And I was just like, they're just so much better at looking after themselves, better dressers.
I know. Better, like, it's crazy. So like that was a wedding that I went to, and like I just remember being like, what? Like I was thinking it was going to be this big ass fancy.
So this, like, just paint me the scene, right? So you go into the auditorium. Yeah. So to me, that would have a stage, curtains, a high stage, and then it would be like a basketball court floor.
No, not a basketball. It was like a proper
it's
like
a theater, right.
but like, you know, it's still like a high school theater auditorium. So there's like the, you know, the trays that come up so you can like put your books on. And I'm sitting there, and then
Did you have your meal off?
I don't know. No,
dinner?
the priest was in the middle, and then like obviously the bride made her entrance like I don't know through like the. It was just weird. Like I was like, is this a production of Mamma Mia? Like what is going on?
Did they like? Did an AFL player like kick a footy ball from the back of the ring?
I don't know. And then we went, and then from there, like they got married in the room, and I just remember thinking this is the weirdest fucking wedding I've been to. And then we went to like another like a club or something, a restaurant.
An
and
RSL?
stuff. Yeah.
If anyone like correct me if I'm wrong, it's like retired servicemen.
Yeah. And it's like, oh, bingo starts at 7, so you need to be out by 7.
Fuck
you know.
off.
And then like there's meat trays up for bingo. That's today. It was a crazy.
Like I listen. I don't like when people are like, we have to spend loads of money on a wedding. I love people being creative and doing something different. But that just sounds weird, forced, and like they were just doing it for formality. Was it a visa wedding or something?
No, I think no, because it was like they were two Aussies, so just getting married. I think it was, but the thing that I love about weddings is it's like such a reflection of the couple. Do you know what I mean? Like it's like when you go there, and especially if you have like cross cultures or like all this kind of stuff, and you're like, oh yeah, that's like you go to a wedding and you're like, oh yeah, that's you, like that's who you are, and like that's what I love. But I was like, high school theater, like come on.
The Dutch South African one I went to was really cool. And like it was so funny because like the Dutch were all like a foot and a half taller than everyone, and like the South Africans are big, but the Dutch were like, and it was so cool and different. And like, and then at this before the wedding, just after we had the meal, they got this like flash mob river dance to come in, Irish dancers, because you have to think about it, like maybe 10% of the wedding were Irish.
Yeah.
If maybe 5%, like there was hardly anyone Irish there. I was one of the only few, but like it was amazing because a lot of these people have never been to Ireland. And then the dancers were absolutely amazing, like, and then like they get to see this like river dance thing at the start, and
Why
all.
would they want Irish people?
Because they're in Ireland and they want to show like the Dutch and the South Africans a bit of culture from Ireland. Like that's all we have. What else are we going to show them?
Guinness.
Just Guinness.
Ryanair.
Yeah.
Fly you in on a Ryanair.
Guinness, Ryanair, famine.
Fucking Ryanair should serve Guinness.
Man.
No, maybe
what
not.
they would do is they give you Guinness and then they charge you for the surge. You know, like that thing that like goes.
Yeah, weddings are crazy. Well, we have a mole of the week in wedding style. So shall we play this and then we can
This is our wedding mole of the week.
Wedding mole.
This is from this is Irish, I think. It's from Dublin.
Yeah, okay.
My mole of the week is my friend, right? She invited me to her wedding and she didn't give me a +1, okay? I don't have a boyfriend per se, but she gave everyone else +1, right? They get to go out with their horrible husbands that nobody likes, right? I don't get to bring anyone. I could be seeing somebody she doesn't know. Like, I could meet somebody. Do you know what? I could bring a friend. Like, I'm friends with a lot of friends that she has invited. They would add more to the wedding than your boring husband, John. And the other thing is, right, I don't even like her husband, right? And she had an affair with somebody 3 years ago. She said, I said, you should break up with him. You obviously don't love him. She agreed. And then suddenly she's getting married and I have to pretend and put up with this. It's going to be so awkward. I want somebody to be at the wedding and I can't. It's not fair.
Do you know what? I feel like, yeah, there's like, especially if you're close to like the wedding partner and you know like their relationship in and out, and you know they're doing the vows and they're like, I love you so much, and you're like, I'm pretty sure you were in an open relationship like 2 months ago.
Yeah, like there's nothing worse. I don't know if you saw, there was a video that went viral of a guy FaceTiming his friend, and he goes, hey, I just want to let you know that Kirsty's no longer my girlfriend. And his friend goes, oh, good man, I fucking hated that bitch. And then he goes, she's my fiance, and she's sitting beside him. Do you know what I mean? It's so, but that is so relatable.
The plus
it's
ones,
so relatable.
The +1, like that brings out a lot of moles of the week.
Like, yeah, it's a horrible thing when you don't. It's like, we don't trust you to pick someone suitable for our company.
I don't even think it's that. It's just like, oh, you can't find someone. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
like, it's
what
like,
is it?
Or we don't believe in your relationship.
We don't believe in your choices. Like, what is it? Like,
Yeah,
what? Because I'm like,
know.
like if you're close to someone, they don't give you a +1. It's like, it's very insulting.
Yeah.
It's very insulting.
Yeah, it's so insulting.
And then especially, you know, it is like, and it's like, well, what do you think of me? Like, do you think I'm going to bring like a sex worker? Like, what do you think I'm going to do?
But that's it. But it's like, but I don't know, like if it was me and like someone is really close to me, like for you, like if I get married, I'd be like, oh yeah, Danny, bring a +1 because I know you really
I'm
well.
bringing Amelia just for damage control because you don't need 4 moles making it 2.
But that's it. I was just like, like it's like your friendship should be strong enough with that person. Like I understand if you're like kind of, like
if you had a pattern, okay, if you had 7 or 8 really toxic partners and they were nightmare humans, like say you just had a type of person you went out with and they ruined every social event and you had a really bad track record, then absolutely. But if you haven't, then it's pretty bad.
But that's it as well. And it's just like also as well, like, what is the cost of someone coming to the wedding?
But it's you make your money back on the present.
Exactly.
It costs nothing.
Exactly. So it's like, and your relationship with that friend should be more like important that you're like, oh, I don't mind paying an extra $100.
But you're going to put that in the card, so it's not a financial issue. Like in Ireland, whatever you give to someone in the card is always, unless they're doing something like mad, but like say the average per head is like 60 quid or something. You would always give more than that, especially if there's 2 of you. Yeah. So you always cover the cost of you being there.
Exactly.
You know
and
what I
also
mean?
as well, like, that's part of the reason why you have a wedding is to be like, oh yeah, let's come and celebrate. And like people have to make an effort. Like most of the time they have to travel a little bit or
for
whatever.
us as well, like it's a massive commitment because we work every weekend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like that's when we make our living. Like obviously we do our shows during the week, but like the weekend is how we make our income.
Yeah.
So for me, when I'm going to a wedding, they're like, hey, will you spend loads of money coming to our wedding? And like, sorry, you can't bring a +1. And also, you're not able to work this weekend. So now you've lost the opportunity cost. So it actually costs you double.
It's crazy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like, it's one of those things where like, I've never really like understood it. Like, I don't even actually think I got a +1 to my own brother's wedding, to be fair. But that's like, I mean, I didn't. That's right. I got,
That's amazing.
Yeah. It was crazy because like, I'd always been going to weddings. And then when my brother got married, it was like just so many issues, like just, like you just be like, why the fuck?
I remember my friend was going to the wedding and the bride, very bridezilla, was just a tyrant.
Yeah.
And she had like a proper like tantrum, like screaming kid in a supermarket tantrum because the bridesmaids didn't have like matching flip-flops, like tongs, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that level of just obsession. And I remember when I used to work I worked in like in youth work and social care like a million years ago, and I remember a lot of girls that I worked with, a lot of women that I worked with were getting married, and it was just that kind of job, and it was the age that I was at. There just happened to be a lot of women that I worked with that were getting married, like kind of late 20s, early 30s, whatever. And I remember like they were going on these insane diets where they would like be sitting beside them, they'd just be eating, but they were like it was an eating disorder, like they'd be eating salad from months, and like my wedding and then it's all over, and then they don't even like their partner, and like that it's
but I think it's like this thing where I think because we're on stage, like I've thought a lot about this because like I remember like growing,
you definitely think about it more than me. For sure.
Because like also as well, like I know a lot of girls that are like, it's my special day, and it's like their day to be the center of attention and to have everyone look at. Whereas we're on stage all the time. Like for me, it's like I don't care if like I actually when I'm off stage, I don't want to be looked at. Like
I just want to secret eat snack boxes in my car alone.
Like I don't know, I just want to have a massive party. Do you know what I mean? Like it's kind of that thing, but it's like I understand this. And I remember like I saw one of these girls that I knew was getting married, and like she literally like she was a skeleton, like lost so much weight,
Ozempic
all
vibes.
to like fit into this dress. Like, and my sister-in-law did it as well. She was so skinny for the wedding and like bought this insanely expensive wedding dress, and like now like the only people who can fit into it are like small Asian women because she was so tiny and she can't sell it.
Your kid dresses up, but like I'm much more like with you on that one, as in this kind of just casual, everyone has a party, meet up, like the kind of best weddings I've been to. The church in Ireland, like I don't know if you've ever experienced this, but like a proper fire and brimstone Catholic mass can go on for nearly 3 hours, and everyone's been drinking before the church. You're busting for a piss. You're just spending 3 hours going, I'm gonna piss myself. And then if you're part of like the thing, you're just, and you can't leave then, and your mother's like, because she's like your family already, like they already know you've been drinking, so they're already just like death staring you. And like the amount of times I've nearly pissed myself at a wedding, I'm just sitting there like just trying to get through
you
it.
Just get like a little bottle.
It's like Dances with Wolves. You're like, And then you know that when the communion comes up, you're like, oh my God, that's when you know that you're close to
It's
getting
nearly
out.
done.
But yeah, the sprint after a wedding.
It's crazy. Like my brother married a Greek girl, so they had a Greek Orthodox wedding, and that's the
Wow.
same thing. Like fucking, I don't even know, like 3-hour wedding. But because I was a bridesmaid, you have to stand at the front, but you stand with your back to like the people, so at least you can be like, ugh, like
At least at least you can eye roll and go, Mall.
Yeah.
For like hours.
Right, but then the thing was, I was wearing heels, so you have to stand up for 3 hours wearing heels, and you're just there, and I'm like, why couldn't have someone told me this? I would have worn fucking sneakers under this thing. And then I'm there, and then that finishes, and then you have to they line up everyone, and then you have to kiss every single person that comes to the wedding. So they do like
Is that how COVID started?
yeah, we can blame.
It was a Greek wedding in Wuhan. It wasn't the Pandalin or whatever. It was a Greek wedding in Wuhan.
Thanks, Greeks, for COVID and democracy.
Thanks for inventing the concept of money, democracy, anal, and COVID.
Yeah, and like everyone, people I didn't even know, and I'm like, and then you get to the end of the line, like, and that took another 3 hours, right? And then you go, like, it was just the longest wedding.
Do you know, that's so funny. It's like the equivalent of that in Ireland is a funeral. Now instead of kisses, it's handshakes. It's like, you know what I mean? Like
With someone who's definitely just touched their dick, you know,
yeah.
like just.
Did they do Peace Be With You?
I think, in the Greek, and yeah, there's like some guy up in the, like a Greek guy that's like singing all these hymns and stuff.
Some
and like
Greek god.
No, it's just like a papu, like a Greek grandfather just up in the corner, and he's like singing all these like Greek hymns and stuff like that. And you're like, and then they're doing like this thing across, like, and I'm just like,
because Melbourne has the biggest Greek population in the world after
outside of
Greece.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah, it's crazy. And like, and the thing is, because they're speaking it, like at least with the Italian or like this kind of stuff, like I know where we are in the mass, but like with the Greeks, I was like, I have no fucking idea like where we are. But weddings, like, I don't know, they're just like, and then like the hens parties as well. Like that's like hens and stag do's, which just bring out.
Oh man, I have had some like horror. Like I really hate stag parties. Like I've got to an age now that if someone that said there's a stag party, I'll either go to the first night or the second night.
Yeah.
Like me and the lads went to Barcelona for my mate's stag. It was so debaucherous and unhinged, and like we lost one of our mates, and he was like the guy who looks after us. His name is Benny.
Yeah.
So he was like the guy who would always know where the hostel was, sensible. There was like 15 of us, and everyone just went rogue. Like as soon as we hit the ground, we were drinking pitchers of beer, sangria, chaotic. We lost Benny, who was the one who was meant to like, he was the one we were relying on.
Right.
And then instead of looking for him, right, we just went out drinking the next day. We were down at this like marina. We just kept ordering rounds, and we just kept going to Benny. He turned up. It was like the greatest comeback in history.
Oh, wow.
And everyone was like, Benny. Turns out he got on a tram, gone out to the suburbs, and passed out at a tram stop, and just woke up on a little bench thing, and some old woman kind of prodding him like. But it was just.
I love the differences between a stag do and a hens night, because like hens nights are like messy, but in a different way. It's like everyone ends up like crying at the end of it, like whatever. But I gotta say, the energy of a hens party needs to be studied, right? Because there is so much positivity in like a hens party that I've never like. I was on a really turbulent flight once, and there was a hens party on it, and I'm normally a very anxious flyer, right?
Yeah.
But we were on the flight, and I wasn't anxious at all, because like the girls are like, woo! They're doing shots, they're like doing all this sort of stuff, and I was like, oh my god, I don't care if this plane goes down, because like we're having a vibe.
They're like hype women.
They're hype women. And then we went, so my best friend like got married this year, the one in not Middlesex, but like somewhere in England, and we went to Paris. Middle Surrey, and we went to Paris, which is why we got these hats like on,
they're class.
They're class. And we went to Paris, and then like one of the nights we went to like a Crazy Horse, which is like a kind of Moulin Rouge-esque thing.
Oh no, sorry, it's not like Coyote Ugly. It's different.
No, I mean it's like kind of like Moulin Rouge, like where they do like their showgirls, they're like tits
class.
out, like
Yeah.
like, so we went there. And it was like we were sitting next to another. It must be a hens party thing in Paris that everyone does. And like, so we were sitting next.
I only go to hens parties in Paris.
Yeah, we hens party. And there was another hens party next to us, and they were like like, and it was crazy because there was a lot of hens parties, and then like we had to compete. Like they're like, we need someone up on stage, and everyone was like, go, and like they're like, go, and they were like fighting. They're like, don't choose them, they're fucking bitches. Like we're all like going at it, and then eventually the other girl gets called up, and then we started being like, oh no, she's amazing, no, you go for it, and like it was just like the thing
Little
immediately,
bonding.
bonding, and then it was just like, and then everyone's like, you go, girl, you go, yes, honey, you go, and she was absolutely shite on stage, like she couldn't sing, she couldn't do anything, didn't matter, but everyone was like, you go, girl, you go, Steffi, you're gonna get married. It was just like a complete change.
Do you know what's funny? Because I think like the group chats in Ireland, just from like my female mates and stuff like that, apparently like hen party WhatsApp groups prior to it are the most toxic, relentless, passive aggressive. And guys, I don't want to make this a big deal, but you all need to Revolut me €50. It's all this kind of stuff.
My, so passive aggressive. Like, and I'm just in it, and I'm just like, and then
just
like,
liking everything with a thumb.
Yeah, and like I couldn't like to go to my friends like one in Paris. Like it was quite expensive, and I was like, I just couldn't afford it because like I was like in between. I think my aunt had just died, so like my like finances were a bit like I had to cancel a lot of stuff. And I just basically, and they moved the date as well. So I like changed my whole tour schedule to go on the hens party, and then they changed the date. And then I was like, look, I can only
Don't
go
move
to
the
like,
goalposts,
yeah.
like.
I was like, you know, I can't really afford it, so I can only really come on like this day. And then like no response, just like, and I was like, okay, all right, like fine.
Cool. I guess I'll see you guys next year.
Yeah, I was like, I guess I'm just poor. Like, but it was just like that whole thing. Like, it was. Oh yeah, it's
like,
crazy.
so my friends are a bit older now, and they're starting to get divorced.
Yeah.
That's a great time to be alive.
Yeah.
It's a great time. Like when your first friend gets divorced, you're like, yeah, this is going to be a good time.
Yeah, I don't think I've had anyone that's
Because
like.
then you have like a post stag that even if you didn't know the person beforehand, it's kind of like it's like a divorce stag. But you've all got a bit more money. Well, not the divorce guy, but like you've all got a bit more money because you're older.
I did a show in Amsterdam a couple of weeks ago, and there were so many people in the audience that had been through a divorce lately, and I was like, am I like the divorce comedian?
Is really quick. Like in the UK, so in Ireland, it actually takes 4 years for your divorce to get processed, right?
Right.
Then you have all the shit that goes with all the Catholic guilt and then all that pressure. Yeah. But in the UK, like 95% of my English friends are all like, this is my stepmom. Like they're all on their like second or third marriage. It's par for the course in the UK. Oh, it's very rare you meet people who've been married for like 30 years.
Oh, especially nowadays. Like even in Italy as well. Like really? Italy is like, but it's very common for like the guy to divorce the wife and then go and get a younger bride. There's even a word for it.
Berlusconi special.
Yeah. But my uncle did it too. Like, and he had a daughter like with this other wife, and then like all of a sudden he just like was with the younger woman at the office, and then now he's like 60. I think he's about 65 with like a 16-year-old and a 13-year-old. Like he just or he was in his like late 50s.
He'll be like 60s. 80 at their college graduation.
Yeah.
Wow.
But there is a word for it in Italian, but I don't know. I need to find that out. But like there is like they call them specific things.
There's a pal of mine was chatting to in Vietnam, and she was telling me her parents are divorced or whatever. And I was just curious. I love talking to people from other countries because what it's like there compared to here. Yeah. And she goes, yeah, it's actually okay. Like they get on okay. My dad has 2 girlfriends and my mum got a cat. And she said one of the dad's girlfriends kind of looks after her mum. Excuse me. So like she kind of helps the mum, and he still supports the mum financially a bit, and they're still kind of mates. And then one of his like girlfriends helps look after the mum, so it's all kind of.
Oh my god, it's these kind of things. That's like where like that's why like men get a woman, like not generalizing, because like otherwise they'll die. Whereas like women, like you see them, they're like all of mum's friends, like all of that, they're all thriving. The ones that have like been divorced, they're just like having a great time.
Oh yeah, like you know, divorcee, and they're in all these clubs. They've got like different events on every night. You know what I mean? They might have got a little bit of Botox.
Like your mum, like working at the charity shop, like, you know, just like off doing
little
this
glow
and stuff. Oh, it's so amazing. But like, I don't know.
I might get married just to get divorced, just to have the divorce glow up. Do you know what I mean? Like just I think, excuse me, a really great way, to get into shape is to just go through a divorce. You ever see somebody gets divorced and then they're like in their 50s and they're like get jacked, but they needed something really traumatic to like, they never would have been motivated otherwise.
Yeah, I know. Or they go the other way. Like they just just keep eating and like this kind of stuff. But like I know that the divorce glow up and like people just get a full facelift. They just like give zero fucks. right? And it's like all that money you spend on the wedding. It's like
The
for
Kris
what?
Jenner, where they like, you know, someone put a knee in the back of her head and just pulled her
Oh,
face tight. Like, Jesus Christ.
That's like that is the
That
most.
should be illegal.
It's insane
Yeah.
that like thing. She looks younger than
I've seen
Kim.
some makeup transformations, like, you know, on Instagram Reels.
Yeah,
And like, they don't even look, there's nothing
Yeah.
that they look like between the first and the second person. And I remember a comment I read that just said, makeup should be illegal.
True, it's crazy.
All
but-
lads can do is grow a beard and hope for the best. Grow a beard,
Yeah.
grow a beard and hang on to your hair for as long as you can.
Do you know what? That's so funny because like my boyfriend always says he's like because I'm like, oh, I love your beard when it's like this and like, oh, your hair, like whatever. And he's like, we literally as men have to do like the bare minimum. Whereas
Yeah.
I'm like fucking getting lasered. I'm getting fucking like all this shit.
We throw a handful of water at our balls and mouth.
Yeah.
And we're like, see you there.
Yeah. Meanwhile,
Dinner's at
like
7.
Meanwhile, like I've started getting laser and I'm just like, and I'm like, this is all because, you know, I want to have like, I want to look good in a bikini, like so I don't have fucking hairs coming out,
No
like whatever.
spidey legs for Christmas.
Meanwhile, I'm like fucking legs akimbo with some woman like literally lasering hair. It smells like burning hair.
My friend's a beautician, and she says the most awkward thing is when, like, sometimes, like, when she waxes women, and like they have a certain way they're used to being waxed.
Yeah.
And she said one time she's like, "Okay, slide on the table," and then she turned around, and this woman she's never met was like in the doggy position, you know, waiting to get like waxed that way. But your woman's just like just kind of arse in the air, just like so. Anyway, I'm just chatting, and she's just like, "That's the like."
Honestly, I've had so many Brazilian waxes in my life, and like they always put you in like weird ass motherfucking positions, like, and you
Yeah.
just always like, and
Like
it's so
Kama
embarrassing.
Sutra, like.
Yeah, it's so crazy. Anyway, but yeah, so wedding moles. This is it.
Something for everyone. I think the most important thing is that get through your weddings, enjoy yourselves at the weddings,
Yeah.
be an active participant in the wedding,
and don't be a fucking mole.
but also the divorce parties are coming soon. So no matter how frustrated you get at those weddings, there's going to be a divorce. For every wedding, there's going to be a divorce.
Exactly. Stay tuned for the divorce parties. They are the most fun. Lots of cocaine on hand, I'm sure. But thanks so much for listening, guys. We hope you enjoyed the episode.
Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe and keep an eye on our socials for upcoming live tour dates
Yes.
with Mole Patrol.
Amazing. All right. Well, see you next time.
See you next time, moles.
Bye.